What's up, nerds? Welcome back to the channel. We are at the KastKing booth. Now, this is one of I would call it, I don't know, industry splitting type items that came out this year. There's a lot of people who are saying, why would I want this thing? Who needs this? This is too much technology. I don't want technology invading my fishing, all that kind of stuff. What we're looking at as is this something that could potentially change the way you fish and help you learn from how you're fishing right now? We are, of course, talking about the KastKing IReel system. It is a system, as our friend Jose, who let us go out and test this on the water yesterday on the water day. We got to cast this thing around a whole bunch. He calls this an ecosystem.
This is the KastKing IReel. This is actually the IFC version. IFC version is digital braking, intelligent frequency control. This actually has two microprocessors in it. One for your analytics, your casting speed, casting distance, retrieval speed, number of casts, all of that. And the other one is for the IFC. So the other digital braking system that's on the market, that's ran by another reel company, there is a linear frequency. So it's one frequency is what it controls. That's why it goes, it makes that certain noise. This one, being an intelligent frequency control, is multiple frequencies. So the frequencies change due to the speed of the spool.
So the spool goes faster, it actually does something different than when it goes slower.
Yes, it's not the same.
It's not like one. It's like I do one thing, this does can measure it faster, it does something different, and it's slower.
So when I press it, it goes to a
way.
full 90 degrees. So when it's turned in the normal position, it gives the line 2 points of contact when it's going left and right, front and back. And it's at a 3mm line, so that's going to be nice and even when it's spooling the line. When it opens, it goes from 3mm to 17.6mm, and it's a wide open flat space. That is 6 times bigger than your typical line guide. So further cast, more accuracy, no chance for it to get frayed or anything like that.
Rubbing up against the side.
Rubbing up against the side and everything. So it's still only 6.9 ounces.
Oh, wow.
Which is about the average weight of reels.
That's mid-range.
On the
Is it waterproof?
IPX6 rated waterproof. So not only are we saying it is, we actually gave it a rating. So what does this reel do? Why would you need a smart reel? Think about the older guy that used to keep a notebook, where he was fishing, everything he was doing, the date, the time, the location. Why not have your phone and everything connect to that? So through Bluetooth, this connects to here. So once I hit go fishing, it's going to give me my weather and it's going to give my GPS location. Nice. There's a couple things that's going to show here. It's going to show you your casting distance. It's going to show post-cast line out. That means your drop. So the algorithm knows when the bait hits the water, and then it knows when it drops. We don't call it depth because depth is measured vertically down.
Yep.
So we can't call it depth, so we call it post-cast feed out. And it'll give you, and then it gives you your total casting speed, real-time speed as you're reeling it in.
Yeah.
So why would those analytics matter? Because you can go back by time and say, all right, we made, at 11:15 we were just
Hammering them.
Smashing them.
Yeah.
What were we doing? We were at this location, we were making this many casts, this far out, and we were retrieving it at this speed.
All right, we're gonna cast out. Holy cow. Max,
What are the stats?
Max speed 41.88. It's reading it out for you.
And as I'm reeling
And it's
it
giving you the real-time speed on the retrieve. And it gave you the distance, 21.87 yards. Holy smokes!
So someone's gonna say, right, well, I'm not gonna stare at my phone while I'm fishing.
Yeah.
Well, we have an Apple Watch app also. Take it a step further. We saw our Fish IQ smart sunglasses. So those hook up to your phone, right? And everything that you're hearing from your phone, of course, your phone's in your pocket. You're not gonna hear that.
Yep.
That has speakers in it, and you could hear everything coming out of that.
Bone conductors.
Bone conductor.
Why is it an ecosystem? They have an Apple Watch app. They have these crazy Terminator sunglasses we'll talk about in just a second. And they, of course, have the main part of the system, the reel. So there are two different versions of this reel. Why am I saying that, technology is invading fishing? Well, the iReel is a ton of technology in one reel, right? Instead of just being like a reel that you're fishing with, there are two different chips, specifically in the IFC reel. So this is the iReel 1 IFC reel, first iteration, with a digital braking system. That is not what you would expect. This is not like your Shimano DC. In this case, it's actually more dynamic. Your typical digital braking system is more linear, where it is constantly applying the same amount of braking to the system, no matter how fast you're casting. In this dynamic setup, what we're being told here, what we're seeing is, and what we've actually tested out on the water, you'll see in a second.
Get
used to it. That's not bad. That was pretty easy.
52.31 yards.
56 miles per hour.
If I catch a fish, do I win?
Jeff, do better.
Max casting speed 43.11
I can get it out there.
Distance
That was
31.8.
a 71.
71.5. All right.
Can I hit 80?
Jeff,
go, let's see it. You
turn
can do
everything off. Turn everything off.
Oh, God.
Let's test the DC. Bertlo, let's test the control. Turn everything off. I want to see it. Let's test the control.
Casting distance 16.70 yards.
79.23.
Whoa, almost at 80. Did it backlash on you?
No, well, I mean, it started to, but then
But you were there. Oh my God, we didn't even lose one.
I was barely filming.
That's crazy. All right, little bit of spool tension, but the brakes are off. Let's see what we got. Oh,
Catching that wind hard.
Yeah, 69.
69.7 miles per hour, 32.8. 32.8 yards, and it's giving you the readout on how fast he's retrieving it. Holy smokes.
Want to cast it?
I do want to cast it.
All right, so 79. 79. Give me a 79, bro.
At least you guys have the right retrieve. I'm not working with the right here.
2.16 miles per hour.
What do we got?
62.
Ah, loser. All right, do it again.
Ready?
Yep.
Max casting
Oh, I
speed
felt that kick in. It was spooling up.
Right?
73.
73.
Oh, I felt that was wild.
Oh, that was a quick one.
81.
That it is applying the appropriate amount of braking depending on how fast that lure is and the line is peeling off your spool, right? So it is going to behave differently depending on how fast you cast. And it's going to tell you how fast you cast as well as a whole bunch of different data. So this is on the second chip collecting data for you. It'll read it back to you on a phone app. It'll tell you it back on an Apple Watch app, and it'll bone conduct it right into your cranium via these bone conducting headphones within the sunglasses. So for those of you out there who are like, I'm not gonna look at my phone, I'm out here to enjoy the great outdoors, I'm just fishing, I don't wanna look at my devices, it'll just read it right out to you from your sunglasses, which is insane. It's also gonna tell you GPS data, it's gonna tell you like where you were located. So if you're wondering like, okay, I caught a bunch of fish, what was the weather like? What was my casting speed? What was my retrieve speed? Where was I located on the body of water that I like to fish? It's telling you all that stuff. So let's take a look at this thing. The other thing to keep in mind is that with the digital braking system on the IFC model, this comes with a price tag of $349. And if you don't get the digital braking system, it's still $300. So obviously that's something to keep in mind. And that's where a lot of the argument against something like this type of technology comes in, where you're like, why would I need that? Why would I spend that type of money? Well, one, I can tell you that casting this thing was a dream. So it's kind of nice compared to other digital braking reels that are out there. It's in a semi-competitive market. If you add in what it does for you though, it's seemingly really kind of like well worth the price. Now the thing is, you're paying for innovation. So this is something that maybe some people say, oh, I didn't ask for this. Why has this hit the market, etc. We're gonna see some major changes, I think, in the industry, just on how we fish and how we understand how we fish from devices like this. Will this be the only one? Absolutely not. There's gonna be more. There's gonna be more models of this. The pricing categories are gonna change. I'm sure there'll be some less expensive models that'll hit the market later on. I think for the innovation, that's the ticket for admission, friends. That's just how it's gonna go. So what we gotta keep in mind too is for a first iteration of this, it looks really well refined. And having fished it now, at least the IFC model, the digital braking system, the castability of this thing, the fishability of this thing was really nice. I was pleasantly surprised. When we first did a preview on our podcast, we looked at this reel and we were like, okay, but why? Like why? Like many of you are asking. I know, I get it, I hear you. I asked the same question. Once I got out on the water and actually fished this thing, I could see why. And it's again, really well refined for being the first iteration of this type of thing. And I guarantee you guys, you're gonna see more reels and more products like this. Like it or not, technology is a part of our everyday lives. It's not going anywhere. And we should be happy that it's being involved in the fishing industry, because all that means for us is that there's going to be an improvement in this market. We're all going to become better fisher people, like it or not, because technology is going to help us get there. So check this out, you guys. This also has a very interesting line guide system. So you're used to just seeing that hole at the front. This looks kind of crazy, right? Check this out. If I flip that down, it changes, right? And then I start reeling, that moves. What this is doing is it's making sure that that line is not causing any abrasions. It's not touching your general like circular line guide that you're used to seeing, or maybe an oval, as some of them will have. So it is also extremely unique in that way. I thought that was a really cool feature. What that means for you guys is that you are having minimal contact to zero contact with the line, meaning that all of your effort in each cast is going right into that lure, getting to where you want it to be. There's no resistance against that. Thought that was another really cool innovation out of this reel. Obviously, the other part of this ecosystem, you got the Apple Watch app. That is something that you can add, obviously. But we want to look at the physical products here at iCast. So the next up, you've got the sunglasses. And these things, first of all, they're kind of insane. They have bone conducting audio. So that's it right there. You don't have to put anything in your ears, no buds, nothing, no extra wires, nothing else to deal with, which is cool.
The first time you had
When I first put these on, they kind of freaked me out because I've never used bone conducting audio before, but we went over to the booth. I'll put them on right now. I put them on. Somebody had them paired up to their phone and was playing country music. I popped these on and I was like, where's that music coming from? Like, what is happening? It totally freaked me out. These are polarized. They are really comfortable. Unfortunately, for people like me who are blind, they do not have a prescription option right now, but for those of you who are not sight visually impaired, Paul, stop raising your hand. Then you can enjoy yourself right out of the box. These come with a price tag. I think it was around $130, $150, something like that. I'll put the price right here. Bing, it's that much. They are really cool. Again, pretty comfortable, and these are reading you out that data. So they'll say, this is your number of casts that you put out there. Here is the casting distance. Here's the casting speed. Here's the retrieve speed that you're at. It'll tell you all that stuff right through your bones. It's crazy. Just to show you guys too, this is the other model. This one runs $300, like I said. You still got like the really nice grips, all the other nice fit and finish setups. I like the blue accents on there. That's pretty cool. There's adjustment for your brakes, all of that, and you still get that really unique line guide there.
It's also huge.
Pretty cool. One thing to definitely call out on these is that these are kind of oversized. The reason for that is that you have, it's a 200 plus is what I would call it. Not quite a 300 size reel, but a 200 plus size reel. It's oversized to fit the technology. So there's a couple of chips in there. You had to make the room for it. So that's the reel, that's the sunglasses. We talked about the app a little bit. Let's go check out the rod that they've put out on the market with these as well. It's called the Assegai. And we did get a chance to fish with, I think it was called the Ribbit, their froggen stick of these yesterday on the water. Let's go take a look. So just as a side venture, we did get to test out this rod yesterday too. I just wanted to call it out. We've got this integrated like EVA foam cork handle, which is really cool. You got the little carbon fiber type grip there, the nice reel seat up top, very comfortable reel. This is the Assegai, which is like a spear. It's a spear, right?
It's a fishing weapon.
Look at Sweet Caroline. Sick name. Their froggen rod's called the Ribbit, for example. One cool thing that we noticed about this for sure, and our buddy Jose talked to us about this, is all the details are up on top. Fancy that. I've got a bait caster here. I can read this perfectly. I don't have to like turn this thing around so I can read all the, is this my 7.6, medium, heavy, fast action, whatever. Like it's right up on top. That was pretty neat.
A color system.
It is at IM9 blank. These are super tough rods, pretty darn sensitive. Just wanted to throw it in there. That's what we had the IReel rigged up to yesterday. So yeah, pretty nice setup. It hits the middle of the market at $150. I mean, you're paying up for some of the premium components. Again, like the reel locking setup. That's just something we like to see. Anytime I see this, I'm happy. Anytime I see that little cheap screw lock, I get a little upset. But just something to throw in there. All right, you guys, so lots of technology over here at the KastKing booth. You guys know us. It's not like we fish a ton of KastKing stuff. For us to like come over here, take the time. We have zero time while we're here at iCast, you guys. I can't stress how little time there is. We're trying to burn this video out right now for you. It was just a really cool piece of technology that we definitely wanted to make a video about, let you guys know about. I want to hear your thoughts because I know that this is a kind of a topic that splits the market, right? Some of you guys are going to be like, there's no way I would ever pay for this thing. It makes no sense. And I totally hear you. It is priced up high. We got to keep in mind that that's an innovative product that is hitting the market. Hopefully it's changing the market for the better. Will there be more iterations out there? I guarantee you there will be. Will there be different price points? Absolutely. What I want to hear from you guys in the comments is, would you go for something like this or not? Do you see the potential of this helping you become a better angler overall? Do you see the potential of helping this shape and mold our market to make us all better anglers and to help us catch more fish and have more fun? I think that the opportunity is here for this, but you guys let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching the video. And obviously there's tons of other iCast content that we've been putting out lately, so make sure you're subscribed. Stay tuned for more of that. And we will see you later.